Hey guys, welcome to our Premier League Rundown Week 17 with Jamie James and Nigel Seeley. JJ is a winner, is his Twitter handle over here.
Yeah.
And Seeley_Nigel, bit complicated, but it's sort of the other way around.
Yeah.
It's Nigel's. Thanks for being here, boys.
Yeah, very professional. It's very hot at the moment out there, Nat, isn't it?
It's Costa Rica, my love.
It is, yeah. We're in the
It's called
summer.
the tropics.
That's it. We're in the summertime. You can have breakfast on the Caribbean and dinner on the Pacific. I was on the golf course this morning. Very, very important to put the sunscreen on so that I don't get the old skin cancer. You've got to be very, very careful in the summertime. Welcome, Nigel. What's the weather like in London?
It's not too bad, actually. A bit rainy, but it's mild. It's about 10 degrees. All right, it's good. Not too bad.
Yeah, wasn't too bad on the golf course this morning then, was it?
No, it was a bit windy on the golf course.
Right.
We weren't on the golf course today, I'm afraid.
Oh, okay.
I thought you said you were yogaing this morning.
I was on the yoga this morning, and then you were telling me about getting the thing printed out, and I said, I can't do it because I'm on a course. And you were supposed to say, what kind of course? And I was going to say the golf course.
You didn't say that. You were like, I'm just rolling up my yoga mats.
That was this morning before
So
we
I
had
thought
the email come through, wasn't it? But all done, all printed out, all highlighted. Nigel got it in, and you've got it all done as well, Nat. We're all very, very professional.
We are indeed. Okay, so we're going to kick off this show here. Stoke versus Leicester. Stoke 2.6, Leicester 2.88, and the draw 3.45. I have to say, Stoke, what a team. Certainly tough to bet on. Beat Man City, lost to Bournemouth 1-0, for goodness sakes. Leicester, the one thing you've really got to sort of take in mind here is Leicester do not travel well at all. 0 road wins there. I'm going to take Stoke plus 0.25. So if they draw, I get half a win as well. But I'm leaning more towards the Stoke side.
Yeah, very tricky fixture. I'm going to take the draw on this one. You said 3.45. I saw 3.2 there with 3.65, but 3.45 there with Pinnacle. I think it's going to be a very, very close game, very cagey game. And that's why I'm going to take the draw there at 3.45. What about you, Nige?
It's really one that I wouldn't get involved in. I mean, I don't like to start off with a no bet, but this game is so tricky, and the reasons you just said there. I mean, if I was pushed, I'd probably pay the draw. Stoke aren't playing that great. They don't score many goals. They're going for a bit of a blip. And Leicester, I just can't back them with any confidence whatever.
No.
They could be brilliant or awful. So this is a game that really, really is. I've looked at all the novelty bets. You get total goals and it's impossible. Stoke draw 0-0. Leicester could win 4-2. It's one game that wouldn't surprise me, whatever the result happened. And it's one game that I would recommend strongly you avoid like the plague.
Yeah. I quite feel confident about my bet, I have to say, my Stoke.
I'm very, very confident. Don't avoid it like the plague.
Yeah,
Load
exactly.
up on it.
Don't listen to Nigel.
Not for me.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not for me.
Sunderland versus Watford. Another one, I think. Yeah, it could be a tricky one. Sunderland 2.67, Watford 2.99, draw 3.21. All those odds with Pinnacle. We're powered by Pinnacle. Both teams hit or miss. Both have only won 2 games in 5. Sunderland haven't scored in 3 of their last 5 matches played. Watford haven't scored in 2, but obviously one of those was playing against Manchester City during the week where they lost 2-0. I think, though, that Watford is the better team here. I'm taking Watford plus 0.25. Just a little bit of covering there for the draw, 1.75.
Well, I'm with you there, Nat. I was watching, I got in my office, I've got like 6 screens and a few big ones. So I was watching all the games the other day, and I was watching the Watford game there at City, and they didn't play bad at all. They kept fighting. They're very physical as well, and they're not a bad football team. I think they definitely got the better of Sunderland, and I'm going to take Watford to win, and I'm getting close to 3. I think that's a tremendous bet. What do you reckon, Nige?
Agree with you, JJ. 2.9 I saw for Watford. I think it's a great bet. Sunderland so inconsistent. I don't think they've got many goals in them, and Watford do have a goal threat.
They do.
I said so much before how good they are going forward. They didn't score against Man City, but a lot of teams don't fail to score against Man City. But they have chances. They couldn't put them away. Sunderland's very, very inconsistent. Back at the foot of the table. I think they'll have enough to get out because I think there's too many bad teams in the Premier League. But for me, I think Watford are a big price here, 2.9. I like that. We're all going towards the Hornets. I'm all in for Watford here. And I want to take on. I wouldn't rule out, plus a half, or maybe if you want to play on the exchange, lay Sunderland. But I just can't see Sunderland having enough goals because I guarantee you, I'm guaranteed Watford will score, and I just don't think Sunderland have 2 goals in them this season. So I think Watford confident selection to win this game.
Yeah.
I think JJ's got something to say.
I have got something to say, Nat. What did my mate say on the old Twitter when we're all on the same page?
Yeah, well, he said that it's as forcing, but it has let us down, though.
He said it's golden, and it did happen the other day, didn't it, with West Brom? We were all on the same page.
That's true.
And what happened? They win 3-1, very easy. I know you're taking the half goal, but we're all pretty much, the consensus is there.
I'm just not as confident as you guys, maybe. I'm a sort of a slow and steady winning the race. You guys are like...
Well, fortune favours the brave. There's a long way to go, Nat.
Yeah, it certainly does.
It is.
It certainly does. Okay, West Ham versus Hull. This is Nigel's secret love team.
Yeah.
West Ham, 1.64 for Nigel's love team. Hull, 5.89. And the draw, 4.10. All those odds with Pinnacle. Hull, big trouble with relegation. But travelling to West Ham, I think they are going to be in trouble. I think there's value on the straight West Ham win. Hull, just awful on the road. They've only scored 5 goals. West Ham win for me. Not a huge amount of value.
What price though, Nat, is that?
1.64.
1.64.
I'm not a big spender when it comes to... Oh, I would even take West Ham -1, to be honest with you.
I am with you there, mate. I mean, I'm taking West Ham -1, 1.8. I mean, just to get a little bit more value. We know if it's 1 goal we push, we don't lose. 1.65 is very, very short, but I do believe West Ham get it done. Say 2-0. That's why I'm taking them -1. Are you going to the game, Nigel, eating your prawn sandwiches up there in the boxes?
I'm not going to the game, but I did go to the game on Wednesday against Burnley, actually. I did go to the game. And I thought they played really well, West Ham. They won 1-0, could have won 2 or 3. They got the goal, didn't really. Burnley threatened nothing. West Ham were in total control. And that's a similar kind of game I expect to this one. I think West Ham will get an early goal, make it 1-0, and Hull just won't score. I think 1.65 is a decent price on West Ham. They've got some really important fixtures coming up. They've got Burnley, Hull and Swansea, which is going to determine their season. And I think they'll get 9 points from those 3 games. They'll come good, I think, West Ham now in the next few weeks. I didn't think they played really that bad against that real bad run they had against the top sides. It was scoring goals. And now against the lesser teams, I think they'll come good. And I fancy West Ham to win this quite strongly.
God, he changes his tune, that, doesn't he? No, he was saying the other week how useless they were. It was all kicking off. They're getting relegated. Now they're a good team, apparently.
I didn't say that about West Ham. I love them.
Exactly, he loves them.
Well, that is true. Maybe I've got it a bit wrong there, but he was saying they're not playing very well, but they definitely have enough quality to do that. On to the next one, Nat.
No, I'm actually got one quick thing. I'm talking about push. You guys, you made a bet, and it looks like nothing came out of it because both your bets pushed.
I was going to send him down the Western Union as well because his PayPal ain't working, but we ended up pushing. They got a lucky goal, didn't they, United?
Lucky goal. They were all totally controlled. You were lucky you got away with 2-1. I'm telling you, Joe.
You watched a different game than me then, mate.
Could have been 3-0 up at half time.
Yeah, come on. Come on, Matt, moving on.
West Brom versus, speak of the Devils, Manchester United.
Yeah, very good. Very good, Nat. Did you come up with that one before the show?
I did, actually.
Very, very good.
So, West Brom, 5.54, Man United, 1.71, and the draw, 3.88. All those odds with Pinnacle. Manchester United are in good form. They haven't lost a match in 6, but they've won 3, drawn 3. I think that West Brom are going to be a thorn in their foot. I think this is a possibility. What do you want to...
I love it.
Yeah. I think that West Brom are going to prove tough for Manchester United. West Brom proving a strong side at home.
Yeah.
I'm giving them a 1-goal advantage there. West Brom +1, 1.69. I think that will help in case we do see a draw. So go on, other one.
Well, that's a very good there, Nat. I mean, if Nigel's secret love child is West Ham, this season, my secret love child is West Brom. They're doing very, very well. They made me a lot of money this year. And I think they're going to be a very, very tricky task for United. And taking 5.5 on a West Brom win is just so juicy. I've just got to do it. I'm not getting the wheelbarrow out, but I'm definitely going to put a few quid on it. And I love the play. Whatever happens, I think that is the bet to make. What do you reckon, Nigel?
I think it's a great price. I mean, we've been saying about every week about getting with West Brom, and coming to this game, I wouldn't rule it out. My only reservation is Man United are playing well at the moment. They're scoring goals. They are conceding goals. I looked at the angles to get with West Brom. I've looked at the +1. I looked at the outright price. I just couldn't. I don't disagree. I have your bets. I think they're good value bets, but I just couldn't predict that as my best bet in the game. I just look at goals. I think this Manchester United side have got goals in them, and West Brom have got a goal scorer in Rondon. He's got a hat-trick in midweek. I've been telling you about this boy for the last 3 or 4 weeks. He's always a bet to sure any time because he scores such a large proportion of West Brom's goals. I mean, you could get him at 2.5, 2.6 to score at any time. He scores like 80% of West Brom's goals. It's a great bet every time to back this boy. He's full of confidence, and West Brom are scoring unbelievable amount of goals. For the first time ever, Tony Pulis has been considered an entertaining manager. So for me, I'm looking at both teams to score here. I'm also looking at over 2.5 goals, but my banker would be both teams to score. I think wouldn't surprise me if West Brom won it. It wouldn't surprise me to see a draw. Wouldn't surprise me if Man United won it either. But I do think we could see goals. This game also finished 5-5 a few years ago in Alex Ferguson's last game in charge, and there's been goals in it. West Brom won it last year. They've only lost once in the last 4 years against Manchester United at home, and I fancy goals.
All right. Goals, goals, goals.
Goals, goals, goals. I haven't said it for a while, Matt, have I? I haven't
But
seen...
when you drive a train, it's like, goals, goals.
Yeah, well, I'm on the money train. I'm now 4 weeks on the spin. Well, I've won, haven't I?
Yeah.
You didn't update the figures from the other day yet.
Yeah, actually, the schedule, what is it even called?
You've been very, very busy.
The scores is actually from the weekend, not from the mid. I have not had time. No, because it finished yesterday.
Yeah.
And then I've been very busy today doing all my research for the
very professional in your Donald Trump office.
My Donald Trump office.
Donald Trump, very professional in there, wasn't it?
I'm professional, JJ.
You're looking very, very nice today as well, Nat, got to say.
Thank you very much. Okay, Crystal Palace versus Chelsea. Crystal Palace 6.29, Chelsea 1.59, draw 4.26. Chelsea, serious contenders for the title. I don't know what their price is for them to win, but if it's bettable, I would take it. Force both home and away. I think that 1.6 for the Chelsea win, I think it's a really, really good value. And then also Chelsea -1. I'm going to split my stake on the 2 there. 2.05 there for Chelsea -1.
Right.
I think Chelsea are going to get something out of this.
Well, sorry to say it, mate, I'm going dead up against you on that one. I'm taking Palace +1. I know Nigel said they were garbage and that Crystal Palace useless. I've watched a lot of Crystal Palace this year. Watched them the other night against United. They were in the game the whole game. I think they're a good side. I think Pardew's a good manager. And I believe that's a tremendous price at Palace +1 on the Asian handicap. And I'm getting over 1.875. Nigel will totally disagree with me. Watch this.
Yeah, totally disagree with you, JJ. Chelsea win this, and they win it well. They don't concede goals. I'm going for Chelsea to win to 0 at 2.9. They've won their last 10 games. They're not going to get beat by Crystal Palace. Well, 8 of those 10 games they've won to 0. They're going to keep going, and I can't see them scoring. Chelsea to win to 0. Don't agree with anything you say, JJ. Palace are useless. Pardew's useless. Chelsea win.
Did I not always say that I can see where others cannot see? And that's a good example of it, isn't it?
I think everybody could have predicted that, though, to be honest with you.
Moving
I don't think anybody was,
Moving on, Matt. We're busy here. Come on.
Now previewing Middlesbrough versus Swansea. But just before actually we start, Nigel was with us on the rundown, but due to sort of bad signal and stuff, we had to drop him. But I do have his bet, so we can still continue, and he is with us in spirit.
We lost him on the satellite, didn't we?
On the satellite.
Isn't it the
What year are you in? On the internet?
On the satellite connection.
Okay. So anyway, two teams fighting for much needed 3 points there. I have to say, I don't have a bet for this one because I think it could end up any one of the three ways on the three-way line. Both teams aren't high scorers, but both have leaky defences. So I would say my lean is under 2.5 goals, 1.8, but it's not an official bet.
Well, I'm with you now. I think it'd be a very, very cagey game, and I'm going to go for the draw. I mean, there's not really much to add to that other than I think there's a good price. What price am I getting on the draw here? 3.5, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, 3.5. I think that's what it's going to be. I think it could be a 1-1 or it could be a 0-0.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a bore draw, but I think it could be 1-1 or 0-0. That would be my guess.
Yeah, exactly. My lean would be on the under, and my actual official play is the draw.
All right.
And
Nigel's on that one was no bet as well.
Oh, he was passing like an NFL quarterback without the money.
He does
and
a bit more
passing
than us. Now he's not here. We can have a right talk about it.
Yeah, that's it. Not my nature to slag anyone off. You know that.
Especially on camera.
On camera. Moving on, that.
Bournemouth versus Southampton. Bournemouth 3.03. Southampton 2.63. Draw 3.22. Bournemouth are not a bad team at home. 5 wins, 1 draw and 2 losses, whilst the Saints are struggling. They are a position higher, but their road form is not very good. Just 1 win, 3 draws and 4 losses. Just 6 scored.
Yeah.
Normally I like a sort of like a draw no bet kind of thing. I like to sort of just like half put my foot in. But I'm going to take the straight Bournemouth win on this one.
Are you? I think it'll be a good game now. I think they're both good football teams. They do play good football. I will have that on the monitors and keep an eye on the game. They do play good football. They do keep the ball on the deck. I think they're both evenly matched, even though the record suggests otherwise. And I'm going to take the draw. I'm going for a lot of draws this weekend. And 3.25, you can't really argue with it, can you?
The only person to make money from drawing is an artist, JJ.
That one was,
and you don't strike me as one.
That one was bad when you did it the first time, and it's bad the 100th time.
Like your NFL passing quarterback.
That's a good one, though, isn't it? You did have a couple
once
today,
once you've heard it like 5 times, the fun of it all starts to...
Well, the OCD sets in that.
Okay, Nigel is going for the under 2.5 goals, which is something as well I agree with.
I agree with that.
Yeah. Bournemouth have scored 15 at home, but Saints have just scored 5. I think that the Bournemouth is going to nick this one, maybe sort of a 1 or a 2-0. So I like Nigel's bet as well, under 2.5 goals. Do you see that?
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. All right, Manchester City versus Arsenal. Dun, dun, dun.
It's a shame he's not here, is it? It's his second favourite team after West Ham, isn't it? What's he taking on that one?
He's actually got my bet. So Manchester City 2.23 favourites on their turf. Arsenal 3.35, draw 3.66. All of those odds with Pinnacle. Sometimes when it's like a derby and it's two sort of like strong teams going head to head, they often cancel each other out. But this seems to not be the case.
Well, it's not a derby, is it? Manchester and London.
No, it's one of those two big teams, Carl.
Yeah.
I didn't say derby, actually.
You did say derby.
It's type of derby.
Okay,
it's
no
like
problem.
A big team derby, but I didn't say derby.
Moving on, I know what you're trying to say. Big teams, it's going to be a massive game.
Massive game. So when they meet, last fixture, 3-2 at Arsenal.
Yeah.
Time before that, 2-2 at Emirates.
Yeah.
Time before that, 2-1 at Emirates.
Yeah.
So I think we're going to see goals. I think we're going to see both teams to score. My official bet, which is the same one as Nigel's, is both teams to score. But I absolutely wouldn't put anybody put anybody off. Both teams to score and the over 2.5 goals as a combined bet for 1.9.
Well, I'm agreeing with what you're saying there. Arsenal always rebound well, though, don't they? They had that loss to Everton on Tuesday, and they always seem to, when they have that loss, they always rebound. Everyone says Arsenal now, Arsenal in, we don't know what's going on. But the thing is, they always do rebound. I'm thinking it's going to be hopefully it could be one of the games of the weekend. Very exciting game.
It is, definitely.
Absolutely. On paper, at least.
Yeah.
I'm going to take Arsenal plus half a goal, and I'm getting good value now. I'm getting 2.025, which you can't really moan about, right? I mean,
absolutely not.
No
moaning. I would actually play, if I had to play the outright, I actually would play Arsenal. I think that Arsenal could probably nick this one. So I like your bet, JJ.
Yeah, I did, and they were against Watford City. I watched the game and studied the game. Watford were in that game for lots of...
I know.
You know what I mean?
Well, they say that the score was not reflective of the game, really.
No, they played very, very well. Watford, and they were giving City problems. And no disrespect to Watford, but I believe Arsenal posed more threats and more problems to City than Watford will. So I love the bet. I think Arsenal may win the game, but as a bet, and I'm going to put my own money on this, I'm taking Arsenal plus half a goal. I think that's a cash in, my friends.
Yeah, with you, JJ. With
Perfect.
You. All right, Tottenham versus Burnley. Tottenham 1.22, Burnley 16.0, draw 7.11. All those odds with Pinnacle. Tottenham, what a force to reckon with at home.
Yeah.
Undefeated, just a mere 4 goals conceded over 8 matches. And it's a must-win for them as well. Burnley, awful on the road. They've scored just 1 goal. Can you believe it? 1 goal all season on the sodding road.
Yeah.
1 goal. Tottenham to win to 0 is my bet, 1.92. Nigel's taking Tottenham minus 1.5. I like that bet as well, because if Burnley aren't going to score, surely we're going to see at least 2 goals from Tottenham, 2 or 3-0 wins, something like that.
Well, I agree with you. Burnley are not going to go there for goals, are they? They'll probably be happy to get a point, but Tottenham will prove too strong for them. I believe that it's going to be... Burnley will just go there just to try and get that point. They're going to shut up shop from the kick-off, and I'm going to go totally against you now. I'm going to take Burnley plus 2 goals.
So what do you think the final score is going to be?
I reckon. I mean, to be fair, it's a very, very small bet. I think it would actually be 2-0 to Tottenham, which means I won't lose my money. But if they just can't sneak out that extra goal that they need, it could just be a 1-0 clinical win, a bit like what Chelsea did the other day in the North East. You see what I mean?
Yeah, but what about my Tottenham to win 2-0 though?
Well, I mean, yeah.
Because you think that if there's always going to be like 2-0, then 2-0's and it's not that much different than your price.
What's the price you're getting on that?
1.92.
1.92, and I'm getting 2.0. I just don't like doing things like accumulators and correct goal scorers and correct prices. It goes against every grain in my body as a professional gambler.
Okay. All right.
You like that answer, Nat?
I'll accept that, man.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't like all the sort of like the weird and wonderful ones. But
It's
sometimes they're kind of like fun. Like,
yeah, but it's just a way, I mean, I worked in trading for a massive offshore book. It's just a way to get your money. Anything the bookie advertises on telly means the punters usually lose.
Yeah. Okay, Everton versus Liverpool. So the gifts of Monday football has finally been good to us because JJ complains about it all. There's the Monday matches. You're like, are you going to be watching this one?
I will be watching this game, and I'll tell you what, I'm going for an Everton win and goals. I'm fired up, Nat. Fan me down. I really am.
What a surprise! But remember, a clock is right twice. So
Yeah, I had him on.
So maybe this might be the second time.
Exactly. I had him on the Monday, though, Tuesday, didn't I?
Yeah.
I had him half a goal. They ended up winning the game. I think we're going to take all that momentum in. The thing is that you agree with me on this, at least, that Liverpool are shaky in defence and they can give up goals, right? I mean,
and also at that price, the Liverpool are priced 1.97, Everton 4.13, draw 3.68. Sorry. Last time I took Liverpool at a high price, like it let me down, and I think Liverpool are often really low. I think when you really know they're going to win it, but no, I think Everton are actually undefeated at home, and they've only conceded just 6 goals.
Yeah,
I'm kind of with you, but I'm going to take Everton and the draw because the value of Everton and the draw comes in 1.95. So just around evens there. So I've got 2 of the 3.
Yeah, no, that's not a bad price at all. But I always say fortune favours the brave. It's like a must-win game for Everton. They've got to build on all that positive momentum they had against Arsenal. It was great that they came back from being a goal down, getting the results. So the fire's there. And I really believe it. I mean, for me, this is the best derby game in the world. This is a derby game, unlike Man City, Arsenal. So this is a true derby game, the best derby in the world. I'm just very sad I won't be there to watch it. My friends will be there, my dad will be there, and I'll miss it, but I will be watching it. Definitely, they've got it right for Monday Night Football this time.
Yeah, might come and join you actually. I know where you'll be watching it.
We won't let the punters know because maybe the Liverpool fans will turn up.
Yeah. All right, guys, listen, thank you. Oh, sorry, before we go, Nigel's bet, both teams to score. He thinks both teams to score. Do you think Everton will let in a goal? Do you think both teams scoring?
Well,
you said goals, didn't you?
Yeah, I think they will, yeah. I mean, and Liverpool, more importantly, not saying Everton's defence is bad, is the fact that Liverpool do score goals. We can't deny that. Now, I did have them on the Tuesday as well.
Well, they're the highest scorers in the league, so we can't really deny that, can we?
And all this is done by Pinnacle. Pinnacle, very, very professional, by the way. Because the other day I sent out a tweet and I said, please, Mr. Pinnacle, can I have the percentages for the West Brom game? They got back to me, very professional, and they said, get the request in earlier, JJ, and they'll put it out there for me. So very, very professional with Pinnacle. All
right. I think your word of the week right now is professional. Your clipboard is professional. The microphone is professional. Pinnacle is I'm professional.
We're just professional, and we're professional winners. We're going to really win this weekend.
Yeah, we sure are, guys. Thank you so much for watching. As always, do send us your comments because I love reading those.
No trolling.
Yeah, try and be kind to JJ because he's all right.
Very, very sensitive, I am.
Yeah. So send us a nice comment and thank you for watching and stay tuned for next week. We will be back. Hopefully Nigel's signal will be able to last for the whole of the video.
Well, he probably ran out of credit on the pay-as-you-go phone. He's got to get it sorted out. All right, then have a good weekend.
Go to SBRodds.com. Browse, compare, and shop live odds available at top online sportsbooks.